The biofuel I chose was corn ethanol. Ethanol is considered a biofuel because it's made from plants, typically corn. That ethanol is derived from the corn by breaking down the starch into sugar. And then in that fermentation process, ethanol is released, like we saw in the yeast lab. Again, in fermentation, we have release of CO2 and ethanol, specifically alcoholic fermentation. And here, we remember from our alcoholic fermentation, we end with ethanol. Common usage are cars. When added to gasoline, it reduces the amount of greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, which is a huge thing that cars release when they're combusting, from vehicle exhaust. Too much greenhouse gas contributes to global warming. That's really not good because these kind of gases, if we have too much of them in the Earth's atmosphere, they can trap heat. And we have a lot of cars. It's a big industry. So here's what would happen if there's no added ethanol, but then with added ethanol, we would reduce that carbon dioxide that is released into the atmosphere. And it reduces greenhouse gas by up to 43% compared to petroleum-based gasoline. It is energy positive, which means it produces more energy than is used to make it. This is a good thing. This is very accessible and widely available because it is corn. Its use is widespread. More than 98% of gasoline in the U.S. contains some form of ethanol. And it's good because corn can be grown pretty much year-round, and it's very abundant. The common blend that we see used in cars is 10% ethanol and 90% gasoline. This is called E10. Blends such as E85, which contain 51% to 83% ethanol, are typically priced up to 12% lower than straight gasoline. The cost per mile driven is cheaper with the ethanol blend, so it's economically beneficial. The government provides subsidies to increase the consumption of biofuels such as corn ethanol, and mandates that biofuels are blended into gasoline and diesel fuels. I think that we should strive to use biofuels for more than just powering cars. Although the automobile industry is huge and produces most of the greenhouse gases that we see contributing to global warming, I think the use of biofuels should be more widespread and integrated into powering things like our electricity. Although biofuels might be used for heating and electricity already, I don't feel like they're as commonly used as they are in petroleum. If funding were not an obstacle, I would propose that all petrol companies have to have at least 30% ethanol in their gasoline blend for fuel. I would mandate that. And that is all.